We made quite a cavalcade as we headed out into the grasslands the following week. In addition to the usual necessities of food, water, tents, and so on, plus the guns and ammunition for the hunters, our scientific expedition, which had attached itself to Monsieur Velloin's group like a barnacle, carried a great deal of equipment. There were no fewer than 4 pack mules devoted to our notebooks, scalpels, measuring devices, plaster, tubs, and so on, along with a tent to do all the work in, not to mention, of course, the chemicals for preserving bone, which was our true purpose in coming. It was by then the first week of Gellis, a fact which I consistently forgot, despite my assiduous care in recording the date in my journal every day. It did not feel like Gellis. The days of light were drawing near. The weather, my instincts insisted, should have been settling into the kind of damp, aching cold that made one glad even for a candle's flame. Instead, it was as hot as a scaling summer day, with not a cloud in the sky. Bayembe was firmly in the grip of its long, dry season. The intermittent wind kicked up veils of dust from the hard ground, and the stiff grasses rattled as our horses and mules moved through them. I have not been to Bayembe in nearly 20 years, but my memory of it remains as fresh as yesterday. Not the factual details, but the experience of the place. The enormous quality the sky seemed to take on, and the vast stretches of dry grass rustling in the breeze. Scattered umbrella thorns spread their branches like flat clouds above the ground. I caught occasional movement in the grass that told me small creatures had taken advantage of the shade beneath. I had put on a bonnet for the ride, of course. My shipboard argument with Natalie aside, I knew better than to ride all day in the tropical sun with a bare head. But compared with the damp chill that had greeted me in Vistrana, this warmth seemed a friendly welcome, a promise of good things to come. I did not yet realize how brutal the heat would become, though even then I would choose that heat above an equal or even lesser degree of chill. The evidence of natural history points to a tropical origin for our species, and I believe it to be true. Monsieur Velloin rode with a rifle tucked into one arm, its barrel lying across the pommel of his saddle. I nudged my mare up to join him and asked, "Do you expect to have need of that? This close to Atuyem? I would think there are too many people about for your sort of game to show their heads." He laughed easily, teeth flashing predatorily in his tanned face. "One never knows, Mrs. Camhurst. Besides, in these troubled times it isn't only beasts we need to watch for." "Ikwunde?" I asked, skeptical. "I have heard they are threatening. But even if they overran our troops at the rivers, we would know of it long before they got this far." "Single men can be as dangerous as armies, Mrs. Camhurst, in the right place. But no, the truth is only that I like to keep my hand in. There are small beasts about that make good target practice, and good eating, too, some of them." He was not wrong about the small beasts. I had field glasses with me and put them to frequent use as we rode. It allowed me to see the creatures keeping a wary distance from our noisy herd. Low disturbances in the grass were occasionally visible as rock hyraxes, while larger ones were the rangy rust-furred wild dogs endemic to the area. A cloud of dust marked the passage of a herd of zebra. An odd lump on a distant tree proved upon examination to be the recumbent body of a leopard, draped elegantly along a branch, with its tail curving below. "Keep your distance," I murmured under my breath, as much for the leopard's safety as our own. I had spoken in Skirling and did not expect to have an audience, but from behind me a voice said in Yembe, "I would like to learn your language." Turning in my saddle.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.